and welcome to another episode of the Project Get to Know podcast. My name is Emmanuel, and this will be a very short episode today, and we'll call this series the audio files. These are just the audio-only clips that doing just for these shorter events for this podcast. We may do video some other time, depending on how I'm going to do things gear-wise, but you got to use what you got. So I got my phone. I got little lavalier microphones that I'm using for the interviews that are happening today. And this is about United 210 and their press conference that happened last night here at Breakaway Brewing Company here in San Antonio, Texas. And we had some guys and talk about all things United 210. And for the guests who are here, you've seen them on the podcast, so definitely they've taken part in the Texas 8 tournament that happened in the Empire Control Room and Garage that happened last Sunday. I will say this too: I have interviews with some of the Texas 8 participants happening later in the day. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to get out the United 210 press conference because it's still fresh in my mind to get these interviews out. So we have Rob Love, Casey Blackrose, Epydemius Jr., Waldo, his first time being on a short little conversation and sharing an announcement involving United 210, Spark, and Stardom. So that's a big announcement to be on this short little episode here today, and we'll end and round out our conversation with Kalientita. So I'm not gonna ramble any further. So let's get to it. Let's get to our very first audio files episode. We just got off the United 210 press conference here at Breakaway Brewing. Shout out to them for having it's a big place, first of all.
Yeah, they're a great host. This is my first time here. Stash has been here quite a bit, doing his brewing and preparing for his big launch. But they're an awesome host, man. They provided water for us. They provided food in the back, so it was a beautiful experience for me, and I know all the rest of the town.
Yeah, so we have Rob Love here on the line right now. So the growth has been very immense, and I think the first show I went to, it was close to the season finale. Seeing where the growth of where United was heading, was it something that you anticipate, or was it something that surprised you and where the company's heading in San Antonio?
I think it's very surprising. We definitely didn't expect to be where we're at this point, especially for a company as young as it is, because we are still a very young company. So it was surprising, but at the same time, I would say no, because the talent that we have under our umbrella, the staff that we have, the production, the community that we have behind us. I mean, everybody's coming to. It's a team effort. It's not just one person, doing everything. It's everybody coming together, pitching it. So, yes, it was a little bit surprising, but at the same time, when I reflected back, I'm like, we have such a great team that, yeah, we should have exponential growth the way that we are having.
What's nice too, we have it on the 25th, and well, let's delve into this on-site match. You don't have to give everything away, but give us a little sneak peek of what's going to happen at on-site.
Well, we kind of mentioned it tonight. We said there's going to be chaos.
Why am I not surprised?
You've got guys like Houston Hendricks, Epi, Daniel Ryan, that they're like thrill seekers. These guys will climb to the highest ladder, jump off it, and do this crazy maneuver or aerial move. And these guys, they all have a chip on their shoulder. They all have something to prove. They all want to be in that spotlight. What I love about our roster and our group of guys is that every one of them wants to be the guy. And they're always coming to me, talking to me, saying, I'm going to be your guy. I'm going to be your guy. I have something to prove. I can be the guy that's on the front of your poster. And so everybody in this match, like, they have a huge chip on their shoulder, and they want to show out. They want to show the world that, hey, I am one of the best. And in a ladder match, it's all chaos, but the prize, winning that briefcase, and you can challenge for the United 210 championship anytime. You get that briefcase, it's on site for the United championship whenever you want. But chaos.
Chaos. All right, well, that's
Chaos. And it's not even controlled chaos. It's going to be chaos. This will spill over probably all over the yard.
Yeah, especially we talked about Stash had his part of how big the reach is for United 2.0. When you saw the statistics and analytics and seeing how many people on a global scale see what United does in the wrestling industry, what was your thoughts on that?
It was mind blowing. I mean, we, Waldo, our behind the scenes guy, he would reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, we've got people in India watching the product. We got people in Europe, Australia." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And he goes, "Yeah, the watch
We're waiting
hours."
for them to fly over here.
Right? Yeah, they're gonna fly over and come to the yard. But the watch hours and the places that they're watching. I mean, Pakistan's another location,
Yeah.
and so I'm just like, "Well, this is crazy. Like, we have a whole different audience. I mean, you have the South Side here live and in person, but all over the world, people are watching and they're keeping up with the storylines.
Nice.
I mean, we're getting feedback about certain wrestlers and certain storylines and things like that. I'm kind of breaking the fourth wall there, talking about storylines. But hey, we're not fooling anybody. This is an entertainment business, and I'm just taken back though by the reach that we have. I mean, the internet is a beautiful thing, and we can reach anybody anywhere in the world. And I think that's what's making our YouTube partnership very special.
Right.
Is that it's going to allow those people that, yeah, maybe they can't fly, like you were saying, hey, they're going to fly over from Australia.
That's the dream, honestly.
Maybe that's
for those viewers to see the yard
and
from where they're at. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe you never say never, right? But maybe they don't get that, right? Maybe they can't get on a plane and come to the yard, right? But what they can do is they can pay the $5. It's very affordable.
Yeah.
And they can get now an exclusive show. And they can get other exclusive content, exclusive interviews. So it's going to be something totally separate. So they'll get something special of their own that they can call them, And so I think our partnership with YouTube opens us up to a lot of possibilities. And we discussed from a business standpoint other platforms, and we felt that YouTube was the best for us at this point in time.
And I'm gonna ask too, like, Twitch is one thing, and there's many wrestlers who are doing it. What makes YouTube such a very unique platform for you guys at United?
I think the reach that it has. We were, obviously we're a business, right? Yeah. And so one of the things we looked at was, I didn't want to outprice people, and so we negotiated down to a $5 membership. I felt that was affordable. I love YouTube's reach. I felt like other platforms would box us in. I feel like YouTube is like it's like Google. It's like McDonald's. It's that brand name. That everybody
it's
recognizable. That plus, everybody wants that. What is it? They give out plaques now for,
it's achievements.
Achievements, right? So, I like the reach, and I think a great example of that and their reach is, if you notice the WWE, they are now putting full matches, full episodes of WCW, WWE, like Raw, Nitro. They're putting on WrestleMania 3 was on there in its entirety. There's all these WrestleMania matches. So I think that they're realizing, and this is just a prediction for me, all right? I'm not doing a spoiler, like Heyman said. But
Don't pull a Heyman on us.
I'm not pulling a Heyman. But I do think, because we all know the library is currently on Peacock.
Right.
Okay. And we know that they're with Netflix, and everybody knows the contract with Peacock's going to come up. And everybody's like, well, where's the library going to go? Where's the network going to go? Is it Netflix? I think it's going to YouTube.
It makes it more accessible for everybody to watch matches that are from like the yesteryears.
Right.
And how does that apply to you at United?
So for us, we can put the history of our company. I don't know if you remember tonight, we had a fan that said, man, I wish I had known about you when you started.
Oh, yeah.
And the beauty of this thing is that, well, we're glad you're on board now and you love what you've seen over the last year. But guess what? And we're slowly doing it. You can go back and see everything. Because we have, I want to say 2 full seasons on there. And I think we need to upload the first season. But we can put all our old content on there. Yeah. So someone like that who's new to our product, or somebody else, maybe we get a new fan tomorrow.
Yeah.
They can go back and get caught up on everything. So it allows us to bring in new fans and for them to look at the history of what where we started and where we're at now.
Hey, so we're close to wrapping up,
Very
but
good.
give us hype, because I know this will be out tomorrow by the time we're recording this. Hype us up on what's going to happen on site on the 25th.
Oh man,
We'll be here a while.
in short, I mean, you're gonna see the irresistible force meet the immovable object, Stash and Camacho.
Yep.
That's gonna be a collision, right? You got Gino and Casey.
That's a dream. Honestly, when that got announced, I was waiting for a match like that with Gino and Casey.
It's a dream match.
Yeah, exactly.
And it could potentially be match of the year.
Yep.
It'll probably be match of the night for sure.
Yeah.
And
it
better be, right? And it's probably going to be match of the year. So there's that, right? You have two big guys going at it, Stash and Camacho. You got a dream match, Casey, Gino. And then you have this on-site ladder match where the individual that wins, they're going to be laser focused on Casey.
Yep.
So who knows? Are they going to try to cash in on Casey after his match? Because you know it's not going to be an easy match.
Yep.
It's going to be an uphill battle. Or will we have a new champion? Does Gino win? And then is he the target? So there's going to be a lot of great matches, a lot of great wrestling, but there's also going to be some question marks. You know, what's next?
Yeah.
You know, what does the future hold? I think this show is going to put us on a course that we don't know. It's almost like we're going to be on this roller coaster.
Yeah.
And we don't know when the dips are coming. We don't know when okay,
you gotta anticipate it. Yep.
You got to anticipate it, right? So I think that's where we're going. This is going to be a game-changing show for United 210.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Rob.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Let's go. We just had an episode a few weeks ago. What the heck, Casey?
Yeah, I know. Back again.
Casey Blackrose is with us, and let's talk Texas 8, because that was basically the elephant in the room after what happened on Sunday. And tell us what your experience was. And even though you're on the Final Four, but being part of something that's big within the bigger Texas wrestling scene, what was that like?
Honestly, like, validating. You know, I've worked so hard over the last almost 6 years to really show that I'm one of the best up-and-comers and one of the best wrestlers in Texas, and that tournament was exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. It was 8 of the best up-and-coming wrestlers showing you just how they represent their city, their area, their home promotions, and it was amazing. We went out there, we made history. This is the first tournament like this ever, and you know, like you said, made it to the Final Four. It's kind of ironic how the Final Four wasn't San Antonio.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking. It's like, that's a little bit
Final Four.
That's a little apropos for that.
No, but it was awesome, man, just to go out there and really show. I would say those are like my first two or one like really singles match in Austin, Texas that was announced. I've only had one other singles match with Houston Hendricks. And it was supposed to be a tag match, but for whatever reason, it ended up being singles. So it was really good to finally cut my teeth and show these fans like Casey Blackrose.
Yeah. What's the match besides yours? Of course, your matches will always be favorite, but why did I go to that direction? Anyways, what is the match that you're kind of watching in the curtain? You're like, wow, this is pretty good.
Man, honestly, I think it was right after my first match, but I was watching some of Carter Black and Starboy Charlie, and I was like,
that was Slapfest.
I was like, man, I got to go out there after that. But honestly, I think all the matches really brought something different. Like the Battle of the Orion started off the Texas State tournament, and they, you know, if you've seen Danny Orion and Cosmo wrestle, they literally throw everything they have at you, and that was probably the best match to have to start off the tournament. And me and Jay, honestly.
Yeah, Jay, that one's pretty good.
Jay Davis and me and him, he's been doing what he's been doing in Houston, like what I've been doing in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So that match was really special for me.
Shout out to Jay, though.
Shout out Jay, hey, man. He's doing great stuff in Houston. He just won the Texas Contender title last night, I believe. So congratulations to him. But a lot of the matches on that card were good. Even the women's triple threat.
Yep.
That was a real good match. It's always fun seeing Kalientita get beat up. But yeah, I mean, you hear it every time people have shows, but that was probably one of the best new Texas shows.
Yeah. And we're riding the momentum on the 25th. And Gino Medina is having his comeback from injury, and how much of that windfall from being in the Final Four carry over to when you're facing him at on site on the 25th?
It's like a full circle moment because before I even started wrestling, training at the hybrid school of wrestling, you got to learn all sorts of things. And I started off as a referee before that. And the very first match I refereed was Fuego del Sol versus Gino Medina. And I honestly, from that moment till now, I've always thought Gino Medina. When you think of Texas wrestling, you think of Gino Medina.
Right.
I think he is the, the top guy here, and his 2-year absence really let a lot of other people reach for that brass ring. But now that Gino's back, man, I'm ready to show him who the real best in Texas is. This is Texas dream match for me. So I'm really excited to go in there and really show that I can hang with who I think is the top of the top.
Gino's no pushover either, and he's
No.
I mean, he is the original Texas Pillars, but that name shouldn't dissuade you from going over in that match.
Yeah, no, I hold United 2-0, and I hold the Yard very close to my heart. And you've seen it before. You've been there a lot of the shows. It doesn't really matter who steps in front of me. Like, I can respect you so much, but once that bell rings, I'm going to show you that this is my yard, this is my turf. You're going to have to kill me if you want to take this United 2-1 championship from me.
And for the rest of the night on the 25th, hype us up on what's going to happen on the 25th.
I think you're really going to see, honestly, I've seen people share it on Facebook today. I saw 5 people share it, say match of the year. But I think it's going to be more than the match of the year. I think it's really going to be a match where years from now, people look back on it like that was more than a match, but it was like a moment history making, I would say. So I'm very excited for this, and it's gonna. April's always a busy month. I'm gonna be in Vegas next week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Before I even get there tomorrow night, I'm wrestling Grandmaster League, the hybrid experience. So I'm there to do in Vegas and then coming back and getting back on track, and I'm very excited. I say it often, but about big matches, this being the biggest match of my career, but personally, I think this is the biggest match of my career.
And you're writing your dream too.
I'm ready to show Gino Medina that he's not the man.
Exactly. Thanks so much for your time, Casey.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Epydemius Jr. I'm learning your ring. I'm working on that. So,
Yes, sir.
Epydemius Jr. is joining us.
Yes.
I will say this before we even start this conversation. You are top 10 on that list that Stan Callahan had. When you heard your name for the very first time,
Top 10 on
yeah,
the list.
yeah, on the top 100, that would be in.
I did not expect it. I did not expect it, because I don't really push a lot in social media
Oh, okay.
or a lot, so
You
like,
have your promos. I mean, that's,
yeah, like now I've been working a lot more promos, which
okay.
is good. But like back then, I wouldn't run a lot in social media. I would just post videos and stuff. But now, like, seeing that the people really want me, like, and they see that I'm like really good, so like now I'm pushing to like now get more communication. And now seeing that I'm number 6 was really good.
No, because I think part of the reason why I kind of said it too, because you faced Penta
Yes, sir.
a long time ago, and I'm like, when the Raw debut happened for him, I was like, dude, I think that's gonna be Epi down the line, and you're already making your way up in the wrestling scene here in Texas, and coming into the Texas 8. What were your thoughts before you even got into the ring when you made the call to say, hey, you're gonna be part of this? What was that like?
For the Texas 8, like beforehand they have ran another tournament before, like Wild Style. I don't know if you remember that tournament. But it was like a lot. Like I wrestled Just Nick. I wrestled Little Evil in that tournament. I didn't make it to the finals.
What promotion was that?
It was Inspire 80, but it was with a bunch of.
Okay,
It was
gotcha.
with like Barrage,
Yeah.
like a bunch of other like different style of like promotions.
Gotcha.
And I was in that tournament, and I made it to like just the semifinals. But I had like 2 great matches, and from there, people really got to see my work from there.
Yeah.
So like that was good. And now when they offered me like to be part of Texas 8, I was excited because it was just like bringing me back to that day when I just got to show out.
Yep.
So I was just excited to like put on a performance for everyone that day.
I will say that I forgot to mention this too. Bradley mentioned it on the show for the Texas Top 100. You were part of AAA in that tournament. Tell us about that experience before we delve into Texas.
That experience was also like really fun because I had to, go out to Mexico City, and I was like one of the only ones, like literally one of the only ones from like outside of Mexico that wanted to do that tournament. And it felt really exciting because when I was there doing the tournament, like little wrestlers would come there, oh my God, I look up to you. And it's like,
oh my, I was not expecting that.
I don't expect that, but I'm like, thank you, and that like motivates me more. I didn't win the tournament, but I still work with AAA, like they're still working with me. They saw something in me and they bring me back every now and then. And May 3rd, I will be going to Mexico City to work with AAA.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was at, not Wharton. Is it in Texas still, or is it in...
No, I'm working in Mexico City.
Okay, gotcha.
AAA, like actual TV for Mexico. I'll be working with them. And then the next day, they're flying me for Borracho Pro.
Yeah, and we're going to go... Your experience with the Texas 8, you went all the way... It's kind of ironic, the AAA, when you went to the finals and you fell short. Yeah. I know that disappointments are part of a thing.
Yes.
How much of that of your Texas 8 experience is going to carry over to the on-site match happening on the 25th?
It's just gonna, like, the Texas 8 tournament really gave me another boost in like the love for wrestling, because that day the crowd was on a whole nother level. Like I cannot explain how much like the crowd was supporting me. Like every time I would go out there, they were just like, the amp just kept going up and up. So, and I put on a performance for everyone, so I was like happy for that performance. So like every now and then, like for the 25th, I'm gonna give it my all.
And before we wrap up too, like, especially now, like, hype us up on the 25th. For those who are listening on, in this case, we're gonna put it on Spotify and on YouTube. What can you hype us up on the 25th on onsite?
The 25th, there's going to be a ladder match, a ladder match. That's crazy, and I'm going to be part of that, so.
You're never crazy. You're never not crazy.
Well, we'll see what will happen that day. So I'm going to be part of a ladder match, and then there's going to be Chase Owens versus Hit. There's going to be great matches for United on April 25th for sure.
April 25th. Like, what year is it? But yeah, no, this is great. And hopefully, like, down the line, and we're gonna wait for that call one day from the major promotion saying, hey, you're in. We'll be waiting here in the wings here in Texas to see your moment happen.
I hope it does.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Waldo suddenly showed up on our feed, enlightened us on what's happening.
That's right, hippies. United 7 here. I successfully ran unopposed for Commandant of United 210.
Uh-oh.
You can see my Woody over there. It's a magnificent Woody, real long, solid.
Phrasing, but
I know. Got some news to drop.
Go for it.
It's really big here for the Grand Republic of Texas, and I hope that each and every one of you out there listening pays attention to this. United 210 is proud to announce that not only are we working with Spark out of California to be able to do a show in April. Yeah, April. But we are also providing the production and behind the scenes for them when they come to Baytown here in Texas.
Okay.
So all the coordinated efforts to be able to bring Spark to Texas, along with the wonderful ladies of Stardom, which is how Face Wrestling got started in general, is all thanks to United 210. So behind the scenes, we're also going to be going out there to Vegas this week, along with the Colors, and Hanako is going to be facing off in New Texas.
Yep.
But I just want to state for the record, this is to Kiefer and to Biss in Austin 6 and Houston 6, that Hanako came to the yard first. She is ours. Actually, she could kill me. She is hers.
Okay.
I just want to clarify.
Okay. I believe it.
Her Texas residency in the 210. But that's real big stuff going on behind the scenes, and this is also an opportunity that I'm extended to you.
Okay.
I want you to show up when we do the announcements for all the Spark tryout matches. Because what's happening is that Spark has asked the South Side to provide 3 ladies to face off in the June 29th Baytown debut.
Okay.
And those ladies are going to fight it out at the yard.
Okay.
For a pop-up show to be undisclosed at a later date. So that way we can figure out who from the South Side is going to represent against Spark and Stardom in Baytown.
Okay.
So, who do we know that's going so far? Well, I'll give you one name so far that's already guaranteed to go to Spark on June 29th in Baytown. The enforcer of the Texas Kingdom, Ridley Thorne, is already guaranteed to show up to this event.
Okay.
There's already 2 others, and you will have to find out those at a later time.
Wow. Okay, this is breaking news. We'll end the feed. This is very breaking news. Once this video drops, when it happens, I'll put this on a separate note for Waldo to promote what he needs to do. It will be subtitled, sadly, because it will be audio. But you
That's all I got to promote. I don't care about anything else. I successfully ran and captured Commandant, Senior Enlisted Advisor of United 210.
There you go.
That's right, hippies.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we're off here. All right, thank you so much, dude. All right, Waldo jumped out of the feed. All right, we're back. We have Kalientita. She's been in the podcast before, but Texas 8.
Yes.
Man, that triple threat kind of surprised me a little bit because of how it went. You work with someone who's in TNA and someone who's been in the business for such a long time. What was it like working with someone who has experience while you're building yourself and having that experience and credibility on your own as a wrestler?
Dang, like in all honesty, truly, like I was very nervous. I was so scared coming into the match.
Okay.
And usually Kalientita, I put up the poker face. I'm like, I'm not scared of nothing. I'm the most confident, the spiciest. But genuinely in that moment, I was like, wow, I'm literally about to share the ring with TNA talent Maggie Lee and Vert Vixen, who's killing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a matter of time before she could sign. And here I am, little old me, who's like been in the wrestling business for like a year and a few months. And it's like, how did I get here? Why am I here? But also at the same time being like, no, I do belong here. And they literally called on me for a reason. And I'm so grateful for Maggie and Vert despite everything.
Now, granted, the tag was a little suspicious, but I digress.
No. I think me and Maggie we matched a little, and it just kind of flowed. And I really honestly, my first time meeting Maggie in person, I've seen her online and everything. So cool.
Okay, that's
in
good.
the
That's
ring,
good.
outside the ring, so awesome, so fun to work with. And I'm just so blessed that I was able to share the ring with both of them and really show what I can do, being still so fresh and early on in my career.
Yeah.
It was a test to see if I could keep up with some of the best, and I think I did a pretty good job. I'm proud of myself.
Let's pivot this to tomorrow.
Okay.
You do have a match in Hybrid
Yes,
Mania.
I do.
So how much of that momentum, even though it wasn't in your favor, but to be part of something from Texas 8, how much of that has carried over with your match in Hybrid Mania? And give us a little hype reel on what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I'm so freaking excited for tomorrow. Coming out of a triple threat, I'm a little bit ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I got some pointers.
Experience.
I got some ideas, Yeah, and I haven't seen Gia. I haven't shared the ring with Gia since I beat her for the title.
Okay.
Me and Kia have been going back and forth for the past 9 months. So, and in all honesty, again, when I first started training, the only 2 girls at the time was always Kia and Gia, and those were the 2 girls I would look up to like crazy, and I just wanted to be just like them. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, no, I'm better than the 2 of you. And tomorrow is my chance to finally prove that I passed up my idols, like the people I looked up to. No, I'm better than them at this point. And I'm going to prove that when I get my title back and continue to take it all over Texas as I've been doing. Can Key say the same? Can Gia say the same? No, but I can. And at only a year and a few months, Key's been doing this for 8 years.
Yeah.
Props to her. Love her. Gia's been doing this for maybe 3 years. Props to her. She's been killing it on WoW, everything. Yeah. But I think when it comes to Texas wrestling, when it comes to indie wrestling, I've just been on it. I've been on it, and I've definitely come in for the top spot at Hybrid.
You're almost the prodigy, which I am gonna say.
Yeah.
Kiefer, you've seen Kiefer Bartek's preview of the Texas 8, and him saying Roxanne Perez basically said, "You're that wrestler to look out for." When you heard that, and I'm sure you've been listened to so many times about that, but for Kiefer, who has this close connection to Roxanne Perez, for her to say, "You're the wrestler to look out for," what was that like?
It's very awesome and nice to know, because I have been busting my ass for so long, and Roxy's one of the few people that knew me from a fan transition wrestler, and she knows everything I've gone through and how hard I worked to turn fan to wrestler.
Right.
And it's almost like an honor. Like, it's so cool to know that she's telling these
Flattery at
promoters.
that point.
No, it's so much flattery. No, but it's so cool because she doesn't have to be doing that,
Yeah.
you know? And to herself tell Kiefer, who is a top promoter in Texas, like,
Yeah.
come on, that's also one of the reasons I was really nervous going into the Texas A, because it's like, well, now I got to prove that
It's kind of like you have a target on your back too.
yeah, it's like I got to prove that this isn't just hype.
Yeah.
that I am that and then some, you know? And I just love Roxy. She believes in me so much, and I can't wait till the day I make her proud, and then we get to share the ring, you know? So hopefully Kiefer was happy. Thank you for the opportunity, Kiefer Biz.
I'll mention him in the notes.
Yes, please.
That Roxanne is the wrestler to look out for. You got Kalientita on this conversation. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.